Hi Cancer, welcome to your August 2018 tarot reading. We have a Celtic Cross spread in front of us, which is normally a 10 card spread, but you got a couple extra cards in the present position and also in the environment position. And then as usual, we have an oracle card that we'll read at the end to tie everything all together. So let's get started. The main situation, we have Page of Pentacles. So this could be a new financial offer that's been extended to you. Could just be word of some kind of financial offer as well. So let's say maybe a new job posting for the company you're working for, right? Maybe it would be a better paying job. Um, if you're unemployed, it could just be a job offer in general that you're getting. But yeah, that's kind of the vibe I'm getting. I think that it's going to be related to career in some way, shape, or form. It could just be someone wanting to partner up with you in some way, though. And it would be a way, something that's somewhat tangible and at least somewhat stable as well. And the challenge position, we have the Five of Wands. So let's say this, going back to the job offer scenario, this would tell me that it's probably a competitive field. So there's probably a lot of competition for that spot if it is a job, or maybe it's just a competitive environment in general. So maybe the field itself is competitive. You might have to really be active in this job, something along those lines. Could be something commission based, let's say, maybe if that's the case. Um, but yeah, I'm just getting the feeling that there's going to be some kind of conflict or competition around this financial offer. So let's say for some of you, it could even be something related to inheritances or some kind of loan or something like that, perhaps. And there could be some kind of conflict regarding that. There will be a new moon solar eclipse in Leo on August 11th, and that's your second house. So that would definitely point to some kind of new start in the financial area. All right. In the foundation position, we have the High Priestess. So maybe this is saying, if you're deciding whether you even want to compete for this offer, whatever it is, right? Maybe you're just withdrawing a bit and thinking it over. To me, this is being in tune with your emotions. So you're very much aware of your emotions and how you feel about something and your intuition. But on top of that, while you're aware it's there, put it that way, and you have a firm grasp on it. So this would lead to a good decision if you end up trusting your intuition. That's usually what I get in that case. And along with that scene of what appears to be a competition, it could just say that you're withdrawing from that. You're not really interested in fighting things out with someone for something related to that Page of Pentacles offer. And then in the past, we have the Ace of Wands. So this could just be saying that in the past you were taking initiative and starting something new. And maybe that's what it's about as well. Maybe when that eclipse in your sign on June 12th or 13th, I think it was, maybe that eclipse led to you starting something new. And maybe that was walking away from this environment. If it was a very competitive environment where you felt like people were fighting over money all the time and it just wasn't really vibing with your energy, maybe you decided to leave that environment. That's certainly a possibility, because in the present we have the Eight of Cups, which is a card about walking away. And then you got two other cards in this position as well. We have the Two of Swords, and then we also have the Six of Swords. So the Six of Swords and Eight of Cups to me are both messages about moving away from something. In some cases, the Six of Swords could be just as simple as taking a vacation. But when combining that with this Eight of Cups, that leads me to think it might be more of a permanent departure. But with that Two of Swords in the mix, maybe that's what you're trying to decide. Should I temporarily step away from this and just see how things play out, which would be more of that Six of Swords energy, or should I just move on altogether, right? So maybe that's the the decision you have on your hands, trying to decide, is this the right time to just say, you know what, I'm walking away permanently, or just take a break, give it some thought with the High Priestess energy there, and make a decision at that point. Whatever the case may be, if you waited it out for a bit, let's say, that might work out well. Or if you walk away and communicate, it looks like either way you're going to be in good shape, and we'll cover why too when we get to the environment position. But in the near future, we have the Ace of Swords. So to me, this would be the truth coming out, you know. So if that's what you're trying to decide right now, okay, well, this is, let's say this is the job you applied for, and there's been a lot of applicants, and maybe that's caused a delay because they've had a lot of applicants to go through. And then maybe around the middle of the month, you receive word one way or another as far as if you got the job or not. Maybe if this was some other situation where there was conflict and you decided to just walk away, and you know, like I said, either whether it be permanently or just to take a vacation, maybe by doing so, after a little bit of time, you end up hearing word on what was going on with the situation one way or the other. In the position of your influence on the situation, we have the Page of Wands. So to me, this kind of leads me to think that you just want to take action, actually. So it's an interesting mix of the energy, because here we see you know, getting in touch with your intuition, which is natural for Cancer anyway. But then there's also that energy of potential conflict and moving on. So, you know, this might just be saying that coming into the month, you're more in this energy. You get to a point, whether it be from walking away altogether or just deciding to take a break, where you're able to move out of that Two of Swords energy and make a decision one way or the other. Or maybe that once you receive this news, whether you got the job, you didn't get the job, then that allows you to move forward in the way you want to. But I see, whatever it may be, it looks like you'd be energized in the situation. So it should work out well for you. In the environment position, we got three really good cards. You have the Star, Wheel of Fortune, and Temperance. So all three major arcana. These are, I mean, there's some other major arcana here, but all three of them together tells me that what's going on this month in your environment is fated. So to me, in a way, that almost says that there's no wrong way for you to handle it. If your intuition is telling you to just walk away, then you should get a satisfactory conclusion that way. If your intuition is just telling you to temporarily take a break and, you know, maybe think things over during that time, deciding if you do in fact want to walk away permanently, that should work out well as well. So kind of looks like you can't go wrong either way here. But let's go through the cards one by one. So Temperance, this is a major arcana card for Sagittarius. So you could be dealing with a Sagittarius, but I mean, there's three major arcana here that represent different signs. So I mean, we have Sagittarius here, this is Aquarius, and then this is actually just Jupiter, which happens to be the ruler of Sagittarius. So there's a few things this could be pointing to. Right now, Jupiter is in the sign of Scorpio, which is your 5th house, and it just started moving direct. So if this is a new love relationship, perhaps, you know, maybe this is someone that you're interested in, but they have a lot of suitors. So maybe you're trying to decide, do you want to push forward? You know, maybe in the past you were trying to pursue them more, and now you're just questioning, is he even worth it or not? And then maybe by you walking away, you receive word one way or the other. Maybe you find out, oh, because you walked away, the person comes back around and does tell you that they're interested, for example. Maybe that's something. Mercury's going to be in retrograde too, so this could bring people back into your life. So even if you did walk away, it's possible something or someone from the past might come back around. That could be what the Wheel of Fortune's also referring to, a second chance at something that maybe in the past you had walked away from it because it wasn't going the way you were hoping for, and now you get a second crack at it. Temperance is about balance. So this would be restoring balance for you. So something in your environment, whether it's the job offer, maybe that restores balance. You walking away from the conflict restores balance because maybe someone, your Oracle card is peace too, so that could certainly mean that there was some conflict, whether it be over money, maybe like I said, inheritances, or everyone in your office was fighting over a new job promotion, something along those lines. It looks like balance will be restored. And then we have the stars. So like I said, this is an Aquarius card. There's actually, I'm recording this on the 22nd of July, and there's about to be a new moon, full moon rather, lunar eclipse in Aquarius, and that's your 8th house. So again, that could tie into the whole thing, like I was saying, maybe loans, inheritances, maybe that's what this fight was all about. So maybe it's saying when that eclipse hits, that's going to help move things forward for you. This could just be a card about wish fulfillment too. So, whatever comes from this situation with the Wheel of Fortune moving forward, that could bring you luck in that area of your life in the 5th house. So that could mean a new relationship, maybe a new job offer, a new creative project that's really taken off for you, something like that. But sure turn out well either way. In the hopes or fears position, we have the 10 of Wands. So for this to be in the hopes or fears position, it could be saying that you hope that you have the endurance, given that you have the fire energy there. Hope you have the endurance to take on this job if it is a new job that you're starting and it is in a competitive field. That could be one thing. This could also be saying that you're fearing that all of the work you put in will be for nothing. That's another way it could go. So that's the hope side of it versus the fear side of it. And then in the outcome position, we have the Devil. So this is actually the major arcana card for Capricorn, and that's your opposite sign. So this could be a Capricorn coming into your life, and maybe they're the ones who help get all these things back in balance for you. This could just be referring to you being passionate about something, whether it be a new job or a new creative project, a new relationship. That could be what this is pointing to as well, given that you are the Page of Wands here and your influence in the environment, and in the past you were Ace of Wands. So that could have been it too. Maybe it was something you were passionate about, and at some point you lost interest in it. Maybe you shifted focus to something else, and now you're able to pursue that passion again. That could be what it's talking about there. We have the Seven of Pentacles right at the bottom of the deck too. So that could mean that you were just tired out, and looking at that with the hopes and fears position too. Maybe you just needed time away from a situation to reset, and that either ended up bringing something new to you that you're going to be very happy with, or it helped restore balance with something that was already existing. All right, let's take a look at the Oracle card. Oracle card is Peace, like I mentioned earlier. We'll take a look at the artwork. And then the number on the card is 23, in case that resonates with any of you. We'll read the message. All right, it says freedom from attachment, radical acceptance. The Oracle's message: it doesn't get any better than this. A quiet mind, a heart fulfilled, freedom from want, and the soul satisfaction. The way to peace is through radical acceptance. Everything in your world is exactly as it should be. Harmony is beautiful. Enjoy it. So, heart fulfilled, freedom from want. Maybe that's what this is saying too. You were doing something, you were in some kind of traditional career, maybe that was very competitive, could have been anything, car sales or something along those lines. And, you were just caught up in the chase for money. And then you realize into yourself, maybe with that being at the bottom of the deck, that yeah, I've accumulated this money, but I'm still not necessarily happy, right? So that maybe that's where these cards come into play, where you have to decide, do you want to just walk away from it and pursue something that's gonna be that you have more passion for, right? Maybe that's what it's about. And it's saying that with that High Priestess energy, you just detached and decided, to take some time away, whether it be permanent or just temporary, to try to figure things out. And then in the process, you end up revitalized. All right. And for those of you if this resonated as a relationship reading, it says when two people are in true alignment with one another, they have an innate harmony between them. They are as two perfectly tuned instruments playing together. Sometimes it's impossible to tell who is who. Peace is yours, and it is to be savored. So maybe that's what the Temperance card is talking about there in the Wheel of Fortune. You feeling like your luck has changed in a situation like that, and you guys are really on the same page. That's what the Temperance card is about. So that's a possibility. But yeah, peace is yours. That's certainly the Star card would definitely align with that message. As is the High Priestess. I could see that as well. All right, and then for those of you if this resonated more as a financial thing, we have the prosperity message. It says, this is one of those times when you're capable of clear vision about your work and how you can create your prosperity. Whatever you're doing, keep doing it. You're called by presence to step into your power. Just being is enough. And for you, just being is enough, for you are in peaceful harmony with spirit and it shows in your work. So again, maybe that's it too. Maybe you stepped away from something that wasn't really calling to you in pursuit of something more that you're more passionate about. That's where you're in this energy now, and now you're seeing the results of that with the environment, with all those positive cards there. So that's a possibility. All right. I think that's all the messages I'm seeing for you guys for this month. So we'll wrap up there, and I'll see you all next month.